welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great week, folks, as we kick into summer. The 21st, yesterday. It's hard to believe the first day of summer when it feels like it's been summer for quite a while. This is a quote by Natalie Goldberg. Follow what you love, and it will take you where you want to go. Yesterday's gone. Tomorrow's not here. What are you doing right now? Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow Industrials up 103, NASDAQ up 36, S&P's up 13.5. Gold contract down $16.70, traded $1,185 an ounce. Silver up 6 cents at $16.17 an ounce. Platinum down 22 at $1,062 an ounce. You have copper flat at $2.57 a pound. Light sweet crude also flat at $60.17 a barrel. Bonds. The bonds toasted, roasted, all of the above. You had the 10-year down 28 ticks, 125.22. 30-year off 2 full points and a half at 149.15. King dollar up 253 ticks. Excuse me, folks, trading at 94.52. The euro is down 14 at 113, and the yen up 67 at 123.67. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at it. We start with the SPY. What you're going to see out here, folks, you get a failure on price, on volume. The SPY today hit a price point of 212.59. Now, mind you, okay, Europe today, folks, was up big time. We had the DAX up 3.8%. The Spain was up 3.8. France was up 3.8. And you had the FTSE up 1.2. Bottom line, our own markets couldn't handle price. Our markets were up, no doubt. We had the Dow Jones up 0.5%. The S&P up 0.6, and the NASDAQ up 0.7. We go over to the SPY, and you take a look at the SPY. This is what we did. The SPY today got to a high of 212.59. You did 67 million shares. You closed at 211.89, and you can just pick any swing point you want to look at, folks. Each and every one of them failed on price, failed on volume. We are still at the highs that were first generated out here on the 25th of February. If we take a look now, let's go take a look at the cash S&P, because the benchmark on the cash S&P, we are over that. We are at 2112.31. The benchmark I'm using out here is the 2119.59. So bottom line, I do want to see that get back inside that level. You're over that level. That benchmark was the first high that was generated out here on the 25th of February. The market thus far has only closed over that for 4 days. This will be the 5th day that it closed over that. The first 2 times up, the market couldn't hold into the close. The days that we did close over that level were on the 18th, 19th, 20th, 21st, and 22nd of May. Now, if we take a look at this correlations, and this is where this is going to really get cool, so watch this. So the SPY out here today, when we take a look at the SPY did 67 million shares. And if we're going into the anemic, up even at those highs, which it couldn't hold, this is pretty wild, because the high that was generated out there on those 5 days that it was over still had more volume, which is crazy, because we had 74 million on the 19th. You had 76 on the 20th. You had 64 on the 21st. And you had 57 on the 22nd. Then you fell off that high, and watch. You fall off the high. You had 124 on the way down. You get lower. You had 151 on the way down. Bottom line, folks, it can't hold price. We take a look at the NDX 100. We'll use the 3 Qs looking at the NDX 100. The NDX 100 is over the level. You know, the NDX 100, the high of the index is 111.16. We hit 111.01. The benchmark, however, that I want to take a look at is the 109.42. The volume died in the vine, no doubt, just like it did in the marketplace. Died in the vine. I'd first want to see the NDX 100, the 3Qs, under 109.42. That is the high that was generated out here on March 2nd. The volume was anemic out here today on all the indices. We did 657 million versus 1.8 billion on the way down on Friday. On the NYSE, we did 1.6 billion versus 2.4 on the NASDAQ. Small caps, bottom line, small caps are still hanging at highs out here. If we take a look at the IWM, what you're going to see, IWM went to a new high out here today. Volume dead, but bottom line, you're at that high. The actual Russell 2000, the actual index, also is at a new high. We're at 1292. Gold. What do we have with the gold market? What you have with gold is this. Gold market pulls back today into its sign of strength from Thursday. We are at 1185.30. We did 116,000 contracts versus the 191,000. I suspect what we're going to see, they're going to, I suspect, put some pressure on, a little more pressure, but bottom line, you back down, and you did back down with lighter volume. We are at this 1185.30 area. That closed above the 1183.10, which that's where we broke topside from last Thursday. What you're also going into, which is game here, which is the 1175.10, that is the high of the March 18th low. That's where we came off the bottom. That's where initially came off the bottom. So that is game. We go take a look at the bond market. What you have with bonds is this. Bond market is what you want to, we're really going to pay attention to in a big way. So first we start with the 10-year. The 10-year bond right now, that traded down 27 ticks. You did 1 million contracts. Now, 1 million contracts in the 10-year, folks, is light volume. I suspect what you're going to see, though, is that the 10-year is going to try to get into now the 125.12 level. That's only a half point down from where we are. What the 10-year did do, because the 10-year, the 30-year, the TLT, they're all in ABC structures on the way down. The 10-year got back in the lower range today. The 30-year also got back in the lower range. The 30-year come down hard. Now, it didn't have the volume also. It came down 2.5 points. 30 years at 149.15. It's in that lower range, though. The TLT, the 20-year bond plus ETF structure, that also is in the lower range. Anything under this 118.13 is in the lower range. It already broke a B point, broke it with volume. That sets up a 110 TLT. Right now we're at a 116.65. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. Stay right there, folks. Come right back. Dow up 103. NASDAQ up 36. S&P's up 15. We'll be right back, folks.